Hello everyone. I'm out here to park today with my Fisher F75, as you can see here. This is the SE version. It's one of my favorite machines. I have a Goldbug 2 and a Goldbug Pro, but I'm really enjoying this and all the options it offers. Anyways, I wanted to show you a little before picture of the detector and kind of explain how it comes standard as the SE form. The reason being is I'm going to be sending this off to Fisher Labs either today or tomorrow, as they are offering their upgrade promotion for the next few months, and it doesn't come around too often, so I'm very excited to send it in and see what they send back. I've read a lot about what it offers, and it'll go in as the Fisher F75 SE, and it'll be returned as the Enhanced LTD. It will include such things as a boost mode, a cache mode, FA, which is fast audio, where it will have better separation of targets. They update the software. It has a DST, which is a shielding kind of switch to where it can kind of cut down more on the EMI. The machine's so sensitive. It runs at about 13 kilohertz and has about 7 frequencies you can adjust, just to kind of deal with the EMI. But this DST should help it a lot more. It's so sensitive. It's kind of prone to EMI interference and such. But this one's been a great machine. I can run at 99 in most parks without interference, and no issues. But I'm just excited to make it better. I can't believe it can be better, but apparently it can. Anyways, I'd just like to show you a few things that I like about this machine as it is. One thing being the battery compartment here. It runs on 4 AA batteries, which has great lifetime. I've got 30 hours out of them. Of course, headphones always helps to improve your battery life. It has an adjustable armrest. I love the ergonomics of the machine. They did really well in engineering it. It's so well balanced you could swing for a whole day without getting fatigued. It comes with the standard 11-inch coil. That's a great coil. I mean, it separates really well even in trashy parks such as this one. I've never had issues with that. Underneath here you have a switch. It has 2 functions. One function is a pinpointer. If you pull it back toward the grip as you're over a target, it'll zero in on it and pinpoint your target. And I've always found that the target always falls kind of right in front of the pole here where it connects to the coil, on this specific coil at least. Another function of it is it has what they call ground grab, which is one of Fisher's things. And what you do is you push forward on the trigger toward the coil as you bob the coil, from about 6 inches down to the ground and until the ground cancels out. So it's a nice, quick way to ground balance your machine. So anyways, let me see if I can turn it on here and show you some more of the features. It has a nice, crisp display, easy to read, all kinds of functions. I mean, this has a ridiculous amount as it is, so just adding more is going to be more of a learning curve, but I'm looking forward to that. Anyhow, so you turn it on. It does save your settings from the previous hunt, so that's kind of a really cool thing. Most of your settings, at least. Normally, when you first get it, it'll default 60 for sensitivity, which right now it's 60 sensitivity. One thing I need to point out here, your settings on the left here are all discrimination settings. Hold on, I gotta check on my dog, Sophie. Anyways, they're all discrimination on the left, and your all metal settings are on the right here. So when you turn it on, it starts in discrimination mode for the most part. And then you hit the menu button to scroll down through each option, and each option you can adjust with the rotating knob here. So sensitivity is at 60 right now. Discrimination, I'm sure you're all familiar with that. You can turn it up all the way to just below dime. So if you prefer just to hunt dimes and quarters and say silver, you could do that. You have that option. You also have notch, to where you can notch out pull tabs and hunt anything else. You could notch out nickels, hunt everything else, or you know, it's just a lot of customization there. Another great option that this already has is tones. There's, I'd say, about 6 or 7 settings so far. One being the 4 that's showing. You also have a 4H, 3H, 3. There's a 3 in there somewhere I missed. 3, 3H, 2F. Sorry about that. It's jumping all around. 2F, 1F, and 1. They all have specific purposes. You just kind of have to read the manual to follow up on those. I don't really have time to go through all of them, but I usually use 2F when I'm hunting if I'm not in all metal mode. The other awesome thing about this is the process mode. You have PF right here, which is plowed field. This is for if you have uneven terrain and you're trying to hunt, and it kind of helps not get so much of the ground readings, you know, the interference from the different heights of the dirt. Hold on a sec. Sophie, come here. Hey, hey. Okay, and so that kind of helps balance that out, so it's not so frustrating when you're hunting. Another one you have is BC, which is bottle caps. So if you're in a really trashy area, this could help a lot, save a lot of frustration from digging bottle caps. Again, you'd have to read into a lot of this. Jewelry, JE, that kind of gives more sensitivity and and a little more. I'm sorry. It gives more sensitivity to small jewelry, such as, you know, earrings or small gold chains or something like that. You know, it's a little more sensitive mode. Default is DE here. That's normally what it will be set, and it's good for most circumstances. In most cases, you won't really have to do anything besides that. But those are the process modes, and when I send it in, they're going to be adding more modes. That's where the boost process comes in. It's going to give more depth, more sensitivity. They're going to add the FA fast audio, better separation. They're going to add a cache mode, so if you're hunting for treasure chests or whatever, you know, you got that option. Just a lot more options there. So like I said, it's already got tons of options, and it just gives you more, just puts it over the top. So you scroll down again. When your discrimination's highlighted up at the top, you roll your knob over and it comes over to the all metal settings. You have all metal motion, which I hunt in mostly. You have the stat version, also static, I should say. So where you don't even have to move the coil, it'll just zero in. It's almost like holding your pinpointing button down all the time. So, you know, you have that option. You have threshold adjustment, you know, good for your ground balancing. Normally you just want that at a hum, you know, slightly audible. Let me see if I can get, let me see, I'll turn it up and see if I can get some threshold sound here. There, okay, I turned it up so you can hear the threshold humming. So usually you just want it to where you can barely hear it when you're doing your ground balancing or motion hunting, whatever. So you have that option. And then you have audio pitch. So you have the ability to adjust it to a low tone. See if I can make that more audible. Or a high tone. Or just, you know, anywhere in between, just whatever your ears prefer. Let me see, I'm trying to get to, there we go. Okay, so you have that, you have sensitivity, which again, 60 is great, but you have the potential to go from 1 all the way up to 99. If you can run it that high without interference, that's great, which I do. So you have that option. And then you have your manual ground balance, which pretty simple to ground balance this machine. See if I can give you a demo here. Okay, so for ground balancing, all you got to do is find some ground with no trash, pump the coil. If you hear a sound as your coil approaches the ground, then it's too positive. So you need to turn the knob counterclockwise as you pump to make it, you know, to bring it in the negative, to where you're not hearing noise either way, or it's pretty much even either way. So that's pretty decently ground balanced, because the sound's pretty consistent up and down. So that's all you have to do. And if it's making noise as the coil comes up, you rotate the knob clockwise. You know, you just kind of, it's almost like a volume knob. Turn it up and down to find that sound where it has a happy medium. And that's pretty much all you got to do. Another feature that you can't see right now because we're in the daylight is it has a backlight, and it's constantly on, but they've engineered it so well that it does very minimal drain on the battery, if anything. I've never had any issues with it, and it's very bright and crisp. I don't have any dark spaces here. Even the shade's pretty bright here in Arizona, so I can't really show you that. But those are the features that it has, and as I explained, there's some that they're going to be adding. It also has a battery meter over to the right, and it has a Ferris reading to where you can, if you're nugget hunting, you could see how much black sand's around, say. It has a depth gauge over here that gives you an idea if it's shallow, medium, or deep. It also will give you a depth reading in inches if you hold the pinpointer button down while you're over your target. And then it also has a confidence meter to the left here. If you go over, say, a quarter and it hits at a certain number, it will show the number there. And if the confidence meter is all the way up, then it's more confident that it's going to be that target. Like if you go over a nickel, it hits around 35, I believe, on this machine. And if the confidence meter is way to the top, then it's most likely going to be a nickel. So they've thought of a lot of great things on this machine, and I really love it. So just wanted to share that with you, and I'm going to be sending it off here in a couple hours, I'm hoping, before FedEx closes. Oh, one other thing to note is Fisher takes care of you too. When you order this upgrade option, they take care of the shipping too. They sent me a shipping label, so all I gotta do is box it up and give it to FedEx with the label, and it's good to go. And then I get it back in a week or so. I think it's their turnaround time, maybe sooner, maybe later. But anyways, I'll let you know when I get it back. I'll make another video and show you what changes they've done to it, what they've done to it. And there is an option to throw one more thing in there that they're letting you extend your warranty if you prefer. I think it's like $100. You can get 3 more years on your warranty with it, and a couple other options lower than that. But geez, I'm probably going to do that. It's a great option. Anyways, okay, thanks again for watching, and I'll update you as soon as possible. Have a good day.